So that person you are seeing in church that is on fire for God might have a dark secret about his sexuality. That sister that you are seeing in church that is in the ushering unit, every planning and logistics. Hello homies, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Shomi Christiana, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back to my channel. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. I wish you guys a happy new year, and I pray that this year is going to be blessed for each and every one of us. So in today's video, I'll be talking about discussing sex and sexuality before marriage, especially as Christians. I know that as Christians, we shy away a lot from topics surrounding sex, but as people that are intending to get married, it is very important to have conversations around sex and sexuality. So before I go further, I would like to give you the dictionary meaning of sexuality. According to Wikipedia, human sexuality is the way people experience and express themselves sexually. This involves biological, psychological, physical, erotic, emotional, social, or spiritual feelings and behaviors. Someone's sexual orientation is their pattern of sexual interest in the opposite or same sex. So I'm going to stop there. So now there's not one definition for sexuality as humans. It is broad because it covers every aspect of human life. But it is important to discuss sexuality with your partner because you don't know who your partner is attracted to if you don't ask these questions. You don't know what interests your partner sexually if you don't ask them these questions. As Christians, we shouldn't even trade our sexuality because the Bible advises that one man, one woman. A man will leave his family and cling to his wife to start a family. And when we look at the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, we see that the cities were destroyed because of sexual sins, amongst other sins that they were into. So as Christians, we're not even supposed to engage thoughts of same-sex or homosexuality. But in this era that we are, it is important to ask questions because a lot of people are born again, but they still carry baggage from their previous sexual lives, which is why you need to keep asking. You need to know. You need to know if your husband to be or your wife to be was previously homosexual, or if they were into same sex, or if they're even attracted by the same sex person. I'm going to read an article by a Christian body on what the Bible teaches about same-sex practice. This article is written by Rob Wood. The Bible defines marriage in Genesis 2:24 as a union between one man and one woman. Jesus Christ upholds this definition of marriage in Matthew 19:5, as does the Apostle Paul in Ephesians 5:31. Any and all sexual activity which takes place outside of this context is treated as sinful, what Jesus calls sexual immorality. In God's laws, for example, condemnation of same-sex practices are given in Leviticus 18:22 and Leviticus 20:13, and then further references are made in the New Testament, for example in Romans 1:24-32, and further reference can be seen in 1 Corinthians 6:19 and 1 Timothy 1:10. So now, basically, why it is important to have these conversations before you even get engaged to your partner is to be sure that you are in a relationship with someone that sees things from your perspective, someone that shares the same ideology with you. I know it is important to prayerfully select your partner, but then sometimes we might not listen to God properly, or we might get the wrong message or the wrong interpretation. And I was watching a video recently from Apostle Arumelsai where he says that as a man, you need to pray very well to be sure that the person you want to make your wife is your wife. Because if you bring her to the pastor will only bless your union. Like, the pastor is faced with so many different other responsibilities than kneeling to God and praying concerning your own marriage. So if you don't hear from God directly, you cannot expect your pastor to be the one to not tell you, this is what you should do or this is what you should not do. But in as much as you're hearing from God, it's important to also ask your partner. Ask your partner, what is your sexuality? Who are you attracted to? What is your sexual history? It will help you to know how to deal with a partner. If you need counseling, if you need to talk to your pastor, if you need to pray together, if you need to seek therapy, you would know, but you cannot know by not asking. And if you do not ask, you cannot hold somebody responsible for not telling you or for lying to you, because not talking about something is not the same thing as lying about these things. So it is also important to know, because I was watching a program on TV this week, and the person, a guy bearing a Christian name, called on the program and then was talking about how he does not know how to discuss his sexuality with his wife to be. He's engaged to her and he doesn't want to break her heart. However, he is interested in men, and he was saying that he's not a cheating person, he's not the cheating type, and he believes that when they get married, he's not going to cheat on her, but he doesn't know how to open up to her. And the person asked a very vital question, that was this man abused as a child? And he said no, he wasn't abused as a child. It is just something that he has found himself attracted to. So that person you are saying in church that is on fire for God might have a dark secret about his sexuality. That sister that you are seeing in church that is in the ushering unit, every planning and logistics not used to pass them, she might be having some dark secrets that she's dealing with about her sexual history that you wouldn't know except you ask the question. Now, the anchor of the program advised this man to raise the issue with his wife-to-be in a way that it seems as though it's his friend that has the issue, just to find a stand on issues about homosexuality. But if he doesn't ask this question, he doesn't make the discussion with the wife, when they get married and he still keeps saying these men that they have carnal knowledge of themselves, it's going to affect his marriage, because he might not find the woman attractive. The woman would have to deal with the baggage of being with a bisexual partner, or the man would have to deal with the baggage of being with a bisexual partner. As Christians, we shouldn't even give room for homosexuality in our marriage or bisexuality. The command of the Bible for us is one man and one woman. And another issue again about sex and sexuality is styles of sex, kinds of sex, forms of sex. You need to be able to discuss with your partner. For some people, they are open to using sex toys. You might not be open to using sex toys. You need to be able to have these conversations with your partner. Some people are open to having oral sex, while other people are not open to having oral sex. Some people want to try out every sexual position in the world. Their partners might not be cool with it, and then it starts causing issues in the marriage, and then from one issue to another, before you know, life stress issues in the marriage, everything compounds. The next thing, they're talking about divorce. So it is important for a man and a woman in the early stage of your relationship to have these conversations before you invest too much in the relationship, before breakup becomes bitter, before the breakup becomes messy. It is important to have these conversations surrounding sex and sexuality with your partner, to make sure that you and your partner are on the same page, to make sure that you and your partner are on the same line, to make sure that you have the same belief, to make sure that the foundation of your marriage is not starting off on the wrong note. You need to be able to have, don't be shy. There's nothing to be shy about. This person is the one you want to share the rest of your life with. And the rest of your life is not 1 year, it's not 2 years, it's not 3 years. For God knows, it might be even 50 years, it might be 60 years. So why are you going to be shy discussing these issues that matter? Because sex is not a small thing in marriage. It is very, very important. It is very, very important in marriage. It's like the cement that glues your marriage together. I can tell you, because now I'm married, and when I'm saying talk about these issues, I'm not saying practicalize it. I'm not saying test the waters. I'm not saying fornicate. I'm saying talk heart to heart, have the discussions. I don't have these discussions behind closed doors where your hormones will be raging, or where your body would want to try what you are discussing. If you are going to discuss issues like this, please let it be in the open. Don't say I am the one that told you to talk about it and the end result of the talk is baby. I'm not a party to premarital sex. I am not a party to fornication. But I would let you know that you need to discuss these issues. I know there's not much information about it out there as Christians, but it is very important to make sure that you discuss your sex life and your sexuality with your partner before you say I do. So thank you for staying tuned to my video. I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Until then, bye.